So welcome to Caerphilly. This is where we are looking at today. Now, the sun is rising because I'm here nice and early, so you'll be able to see it rise over the castle. Now these trees here hide like a house, well, not really hide it, but I'm going to try and see if I can get an angle that you can see it, because I absolutely love that house. I'd love to live in it. Now across from the castle is the fields. Now when you see like the big trees and stuff like that, very often you'll find that down here, this is where the fairground rides will be. So you can come here and see those. Now Morgan James Park, which I will show you in a minute, is literally there. So when you're thinking about, right, where's the location, everything's going to be central to the castle. So there's the castle, keep that to your right and you'll be there. Now the sun has come up nice and lovely. But as you can see, it's quite frosty this morning. But in amongst those trees, once we get around those containers, I can show you the house that I'd love. If I could have the land that's within the trees there and this house, oh, that'd be absolutely awesome. Because you've got like your own quiet gardens, but then your view is going to be the castle, which is pretty cool. So how far along do I need to get to show you this house now? And then I'm going to show you around the castle, and show you around the town, and show you different places to go. There you go, can you see it? Just behind, to the right of the blue container at the back, you can see the top of the house. Could you imagine that house? Then cut the trees so you can get the view of the castle. But keep all these other trees. You're going to get so much wildlife in the garden, and then you can just literally walk down here in the morning, feed the ducks, and you could access then round the other side, which I'll show you in a second. You can just get straight into town. So if there was any house in Caerphilly that would be my dream house, it would be that one. I don't know if it's owned by Cadw, who own the castle, or whether it's owned by somebody else, but that would be a stunning property to have. Now as you can see there, you've got a bridge going over to the castle. It's a pretty impressive castle. When we go around the other side, you're going to see it looks like it's sort of having a facelift or something. It is having work done, but it's just funny how the bandage is on it and everything. There we go, look at that for a shot. Sunrise coming over Caerphilly Castle. It's pretty cool, I think. This is my first time filming a town on this split vision, so you can see me and you can see the town. So this is going to be an experiment. Now the ducks are down here. I came and fed them a little bit earlier, so they all got their breakfast now, but they're all watching out, because you'll see now they'll be like, excuse me, do you have food? Because lots of people come and feed the ducks, and again it's a way of really entertaining the kids. I did a video of it which I'll upload separately, teaching about pecking order as well, because when I feed the ducks I don't just like dump the food down. You'll always watch and you'll see the ones that are being picked on by the others that don't get allowed to have food. So I will always walk around and make sure they get food, and the one that's chasing people, I'll be like, right, back off now, come on, move up, move up. So as you can see, you have a moat at Caerphilly. It is quite sedimented up at the moment. I'll show you that when we get to the bridge. So it'll probably be due to be dug out soon. And what they do is they bring all the diggers in and they like dredge out the bottom, which is fascinating, like how quickly it can go up. So there's some geese, you've got ducks here. Now I'm gonna like not sound very smart because I don't know the name of all the birds. So if you see one and you know the name of it, put in the comments. I believe those ones are Canadian geese. And as we go up here now, you're gonna see some more geese and some ducks. And this morning I found a duck that I'd never seen before. Tricolour one, so it was white, pure white. Then it had like a golden brown, and then black, like a tricolour dog. So I don't know what breed that was, but there's only one of them, but I haven't seen them. So I'm not going to show you the ducks to the right because there's a lady there, and I'm trying, this is why I've come so early, I'm trying to film this without filming lots of other people, because I come across as a really confident person, but I am not. So as I show you around Caerphilly today, I'm going to tell you some of the stuff about the history, but in an interesting way, and have a look at it as a sort of perspective of someone who is just coming here to have a look around and see what they can find. We're not going to go in the castle and film today because it's Cadw property. I want to make sure that I get the correct permissions before I film, and also because half of it is actually cut off at the moment, there doesn't seem to be much of a point of going in there. But once they open it back up, then we will definitely go and have a look if they allow me to film. Can you see all of them down there? I just think, oh, that must be so cold in there. Now if you look at these little islands by here, these islands have loads of nests. So now, soon, we're going to see ducklings and stuff. And when you do, it'll be in there that the nests are a lot of the time, which is a brilliant option because it's nice and safe in there from many of the cats and things that would be predators to them. So it's really clever, and there's 2 of them, I believe, of those islands. Here we are, they're all coming out now. I came up really early, but this is a time when more people will come and feed them. So they're like, right, we're ready. There we go. Now, can you imagine those houses as well, but there. So if you've got those houses there, you can't see the castle very well at the moment, but your view of the castle will be unobstructed. And look at that for a school. That school sees all these ducks in the castle and everything every day, from the classroom and from the playground. That is a pretty cool option, I reckon. Now, up here is the back streets of Caerphilly, so you can cut through them if you wish, but they're not going to take you sort of anywhere more directly than where I'm going. Down there, so you have the castle down by here, and then the school. There is free parking, not very much of it, it runs out very early. There is parking you can pay for. I'll also show you the other options for parking as well that's available, but if you want more than 2 hours and you can't get to that little bit, then you're probably going to have to get the parking for free. There is a sty there. No fishing from the bridge or crescent road banks opposite both islands. That's interesting that they've put that rule in place, because you can actually fish at the castle if you want to. You have to get a permit though, I believe. Don't just start fishing randomly. I'm coming this way because there's a lady on the bridge, and it's a very tight bridge. I don't want to be like, hi, I'm filming you without your permission as we walk past. I know you accidentally film people as you go through, but in that tight space I'm trying to give them a little bit of manoeuvring room. So as you can see, the castle and the town centre, same direction. This is what I love about Caerphilly. You have that sort of central point, and this is why you can't get lost in Caerphilly, because you're on a hill and the castle's in the centre, and the castle is lower down the hill. You'll be able to get your bearings. Here you go. You've got a history trail in English and in Welsh if you wish to do it. I've never done it, I will admit, but then I'm a local who's lived here, well, not in Caerphilly, I live in Blackwood, but I've been here for so many years, I don't run the trails. Now, I was thinking about this last night. It's like, when you are in England, you have Stonehenge. Let me show you the Welsh version. I don't know if you can see it with the sunlight at the minute, so I'm going to get from an angle where you can see it without the sun, although underfoot, with the frost melting, it is getting rather slippery. So if I suddenly fall on my bum, don't laugh at me. Here you go. We've got Mini-henge. So you may have Stonehenge, but we've got Mini-henge. And what we'll say is size doesn't matter, because it is really dinky. They're like about 5 foot tall, I reckon, looking at them. And we've got the crocuses now are starting to come out, and the daffodils, which in Wales, that means that spring is definitely coming through. So we're going to cut over this way. I won't tread on any of the crocuses. What I want to show you now is this pathway. So, to give you your bearings of where we were at, there. That was the bridge that I was on the other side of. I just nipped around there to show you where that sign is then, so you can see the trail if you want to do the trail. But that was the bridge that we could have come straight across. And then you can come around this side of the castle. Now, you can feed the birds up there, or you can feed them down here, around the other side. They're everywhere, so don't worry if you think, oh, it's a bit busy in one spot. Oh, it's fine. You can feed them anytime, anywhere. Trust me, they'll find you. So, this spot here usually has an ice cream van, which means that you can come up here and get an ice cream in the summer. So as you can see, this is the back of those 2 islands. I am amazed I've not fallen over yet. This is my first time filming with one of these scopes and then having to keep my face in it while filming forward. This is multitasking. So, can you hear? I don't know if you can pick up on the mic. The noise. Now, over here you'll get different types of ducks. You get a lot of the geese to that side. But by here, you'll see, there he is. That's the duck that I was saying about earlier. Can you see him there? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I've interrupted a couple having a morning chit-chat. But there, that one, the tricolour duck, I haven't seen one like that before. So this, see all the seating area? So if you're somebody who's going to need to sit down regularly, again, having the castle as a central point, the one thing I do like is we do have a lot of seating area, which is really, really good. Now this is the castle view from here, so you're starting to see around the side. Can you see that big canopy? That's the grand hall. So they are actually doing a lot of work on it. Castles aren't easy to maintain, so they're doing a lot of work, which when it's done is going to be awesome. That gantry is new since I was last here, so that would be quite cool if then you can start accessing. Oh, look at these birds. Do you know what they are? I haven't seen those ones before either. They're quite cool. And then the leaning tower, don't worry, it's not going to fall over. It is leaning, but it has been leaning for eons, and they've now actually solidified it in its leaningness. So you're coming around the castle now, and this is where I'll show you quite a central point where you sort of be able to get your bearings of where you are in Caerphilly. We can see there's the new market type place, which we'll have a look at from the side of the town later. And over there, I don't know if you see them, the geese have got their heads under the water, and you just see them bottoms up. I wonder if that's where the phrase bottoms up actually came from. So inside Caerphilly Castle, you can see part of it from here. Now that bit there is all shut off at the moment, so it really has lost half the castle. And they don't have events at the minute, but when it's open again, in there they'll have like reenactment groups and loads of different stuff. You've got those fortifications, so the kids can pretend that they are, I don't know, having pirates attacking or anything that inspires them. And you get to be so close to the castle as you're walking around, literally. There it is. Now what I'm going to do is go around the castle, and then we'll do a sweep of the town all in one go as well for you, so then you can sort of see a logical pathway. And as we go through the town, I'll be able to give you some more stuff. Right, so have a little look. This is what I mean. Oh my gosh, there's a goose on there. Hello, what are you doing up there? I wonder if his nest is close by. So see, you can come over to this bit. You can see one of the gatehouses, which are pretty impressive. Although that door looks a bit drafty. And then we can see a little bit of what is in the castle. So you would come in there, that's the entry point, I'll show you on the other side now. And then you can access all of that point from the inside. Go across the bridge, you can go into that gatehouse there, and then you can go, when it's fixed, you can go into the Grand Hall, but at the moment that is off, and so is a lot of the walk around is off, of course. And there's a little, you can go through, you know where they have like the arches and things, you can go in there and you can be sorting that out. I always find it interesting, this wall doesn't match that wall. It just looks a bit odd, it looks like it was added on as an afterthought, which is interesting with history, because you think, well, how much did they sort of like do in one go and then piece it together in different bits and stuff like that. Now it's quite quiet here at the moment, but see, we've got flowers coming. Spring is on its way. Now, town, this is our focal point. We are at the castle, so town goes off up that way and it goes down that way. And what I will do is do the town in a sweep and do the castle in a sweep, but you'll start seeing those sort of crossover points. Like I said, you know, the castle's on your right, down there is the park. It'll all link together. It has changed so much since I was a teenager. It's like the castle hasn't changed much. It's in less disrepair, but the rest of it is still very, very different. So let's have a look who we have on this side. Because it's so early in the morning, normally this is really busy, but it's quite quiet at the minute. It's busy with people, and it's busy as well with the ducks and things and the geese. Now what will happen, and I will come back down when it does, the babies, it is so cute. You come down here, and I fed them last year, and they just all come running up, and they really feel us. They're like, ooh, food, lovely, and that's it. And there's a lot of pigeons. Right, if you're going to feed them, this is a lesson that we learned last year. They don't like, you know those grub worms, are they called? You know, they're like the dried out worms that you can get in the store. Hello, I've already given my food away, I'm sorry. We haven't got any at the minute. I know. We bought those as a change. We thought, oh, they'll be full of protein for the geese and the ducks. We came up and we dropped it down, and this swan, I tell you what, I've never seen a swan look at someone disgusted before, but oh, I could pick that vibe up. It was like, and what is that? Well, the pigeons loved it. So if you want to feed the pigeons and the birds, then those work really well, and the ducks and geese will leave them alone. If you want to feed the ducks and geese, then you're looking at seeds and stuff. Now, can you see them on the wall up there? Right at the top, that couple. They sort of make, like, the castle their home, which is good, and that's the thing. It's like you can go and just chill, and you don't have to pay to go in the castle. If you want to go in there, then pay. But otherwise, just show me, you can see a lot of it from the outside, and I'm very conscious, you know, as a single parent myself on low income, you can't always just do things that cost. So I'm trying to show you the sort of like the fun stuff as well that can be done for free. So you'll, down there is Castle Court Shopping Centre, we'll look at more closely. But they're almost doing synchronised geesing. No, they're sort of like all positioned in their flying V, but not actually flying. There's one of the ones for this, see? They're like all black, and they've got a little white beak. Now, when you're coming along here, I won't take you all the way around, but down there, that's usually where the fisher people are, around the other side. You can go for a walk there, meet people, and where we pointed James Morgan Park out, if you go down this and take a left, you'll come out at James Morgan Park as well. So if you think, oh, I'm on the wrong side of the castle, what shall I do? Don't worry about it. So now I've shown you the castle. Ooh, hang on. We got a copper with his blue lights flashing. Now I've shown you the castle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and climb the hill to the top. And then we're going to start at the train station. And we're going to walk our way down. And we're going to be able to have a look right through Caerphilly. So, I'm going to turn this off while I get our puff going up the hill. So, I wanted to just show you the park first of all. But let me just show you, look at the squirrel. Can you see him on the road? Hello? This is what I love about parks with lots of trees, and there's a bird behind me as well. It's the wildlife, and you can probably hear all the noise of the birds. So, this part is, remember I pointed out earlier, Morgan Jones Park. And I'll show you the map because you can see it's quite a significant size of park. So we're going to have a little wander down here now and see some of it. But I love how they tell you all the different birds as well. So if you want to do bird spotting with the kids. So I'm distracted because I keep seeing movement and thinking, is that another squirrel? Because I absolutely love squirrels. No, he's back over here. Let's see how close we can get to him. I think squirrels are absolutely adorable. There he is, look, going up the tree. Let's see if we can see some more as we go along. So, it is really, really early in the morning that we are filming, so that then it's not too busy, because I'm a novice at this filming malarkey outdoors. Now, tennis court. I'd love to play tennis. We go and play with another person and get all the equipment. So one day I will play tennis. But as you can see, you've also got the park there. So if you've got kids of different ages, you've got the park, and then you can do the tennis courts as well. Now, I haven't been to this park in a very long time. And so what is interesting to see is what is here that was here last time about, good grief, 5 years plus, I think. So you've got like a lot of greenery. Now where that comes in handy is a picnic. You know, if you're trying to do time out with the family and the kids, but you're not wanting to spend a lot, if you can turn dinner into on the go and make it a picnic, it's absolutely great. So you can come up here and climb up the hill, pretend that's a fort and they're pirates or something. Also, you've got the skate park. So whether they have roller skates or skateboards, they can come and do that as well. Now, what I'm trying to see is up over there used to be a splash park, but I think they construct it in the summer. Now, with the skate park, the advantage you've got is you can do lots of different things on it, and even if they're not actually on wheels, the kids can still play with it because they can run up and down and pretend they're like riding the waves or something like that. There's no more squirrels at the moment, but if I show you the size of the park, so you can go up over that mound there, and then you can go right around here, where there's like a big sports pitch. So you've got lots of room to play. So if you want to just bring a football and kick that around, as you can see, there's people with dogs, so you can bring your dog for a walk as well. So lots of things to do, and there's an outdoor gym. I love these because they're free, so you can use them without paying. So many people pay so much money for gyms, and you get fresh air as well. Also got basketball courts, which is really cool. And then we've got sort of like, I don't know what you call it, a clubhouse over there. That's what we used to call it back in the day, clubhouses. Now over there, if you are here and you're thinking, oh darn, I need something for the kids, you can go back the way that I show you from the castle, or if you go down that road but there and take a left, you'll actually get to, there's Home Bargains and Asda's as well, so you'll get to some big stores within like a 10-minute walk. So it's nice and quiet at the moment. It does get busy here, so what I'd say with parking here is you can, there's a couple of spaces, but you're not going to get in unless you're here silly early like I am. So what you want to do is go and park in one of the places around the town. But it's definitely another thing that you can do as well. As you know, when the kids go, I don't want to go shopping, I don't want to do that. Well, you can say to them, look, let's go there, and then you can do all these different things, and you can see a better view of the park from here as well. They can come down and do this after. It can be like, you know, that treat. Well, if you come shopping, so we can go and get, I don't know, your new school shoes, or you need a new pair of trousers or something. And then afterwards, let's go and play at the park. Okay, for all the people like me in our 40s, is it me or does that park equipment look really small? Do you remember the spider web? Can you see it back there? It's just behind that green and yellow one. Now, that is tiny compared to the one I remember being in Newport when I was a kid. But health and safety and stuff, isn't it? It's changed it all. So looking from this perspective instead from the castle, if you look up there, see, that's the castle. So everything with Caerphilly that I'm showing you today is very centralised to be able to get to and know where you're at. So if you haven't been to Caerphilly before, one thing that's really good is the castle's in the centre, and then you can't get lost. Right, I'm going to go and do some more filming now. So this is take 2. Oh my gosh, as somebody who is not that confident a person, I managed to just go and film 5 minutes without my microphone plugged in. Hopefully you can hear me now. So, there's the train and the train line at the station. We're now at the top of sort of the hill part of Caerphilly. So if you're coming in by train, this is where you're going to be. I'll show you the bus station on the way down as well, which is literally next to the train station. So if you're somebody who struggles with hills and you need to get back up to the train station, you can get the bus from the bottom of the hill back up, and then you can meet it literally, it'll be right next to the train station. So that is the train that is heading towards Cardiff. Now with that, what's really cool is you have to go through Caerphilly Mountain, so you're going to go through the tunnel, and that's one of the really posh new trains that we have now. Although back in the day we used to have the diesel ones, which had, like, you know, the 1950s sort of big chairs, tables, really comfortable. So this is the bridge that we're going to go over in the moment. But this, I wanted to mention, is St Martin's Church. Now at St Martin's Church, it's one of the few churches that I still hear ring the bells. The other month I was here and I heard the bells, I run up to try and film it, and by the time I got here they stopped. It was a wedding, I believe. So it is a really cool church to come up and see. And this is the top of the hill that we're going to look at. Now this is the bridge. We've got some artwork this side. And this side we've actually got shops on the bridge, which is really cool. I believe back when I was a teenager, when I say back in my day, this is going to be like 1998 to 2000, like when I was a teenager. This was army surplus, I believe, where now it's a couple of different shops, and also there's vacant shops there as well. Over here we have a cafe. Now that's not the same cafe, but again, back in the day when I was there, that was a cafe that actually was for teenagers. And I came down here and I've got some really fond memories of that cafe, building my confidence, hanging out with my mates in a place where we weren't judged and so on. So up here you can't see the view great, we'll look at it down there because it's pretty rubbish, but what I want to show you, this is one thing I love about Caerphilly. See, we're from here and can still see the castle. The castle, like I said to you, is the central point. So if you remember, you know, the castle's at the bottom of the hill and it's the centre of the town, you just cannot miss it. So when we are coming through, the shops here, if you come anytime in the future, could be different. Some of them do change hands frequently and some are here for a while. And saying about seating in Caerphilly, it's one town that really has this absolutely sorted. We've got loads of seating here, so if you are somebody who needs to take pit stops and that, you can. Also, you could sit here and have your lunch before you go back by train or bus. Now let me show you where I meant. So that is the train station that we just saw the train in. Literally, that was the platform. And the bus station is right next door. The sun is now coming up. I've been filming since before sunrise, so it's been an interesting morning. That's the railway pub. I've been there once in my life, yeah, back in the day. Now the pet station there, that's where you can get duck food from as well. Otherwise you can get it from other different shops, but they've got the one, and I know the baby geese last year loved the stuff from there. So we're coming back over to the main road. Now there's one like artery main road that goes right through with the shops, and there's a couple of branches off. So I'll try and show you them as we go across. Now here, see the Weatherspoons? That was one of those situations where we had a building that was just so run down. It was really, I thought they were going to demolish it, to be honest. It got to such a state. And then Weatherspoons came in and revamped it. And this is why it's key to bring new business into a town, and also business with some money, because they turned what was a derelict property for years into something that employs people, gives people somewhere to go. It is a business. Now it's like a maze. This is the reason why, one of the reasons why I came down so early is because I will warn you, this is a really busy road when the day picks up. It's quite busy now. There we go. Saturday the 12th of April, we're gonna have the food and drink festival. There's lots of festivals here. I guess it's an opportune time to mention them. So you've got the food and drink festival, you've got the prides, and you've got lots of other stuff. So down there is not so many shops, but if you are going to go down, remember you keep checking these side streets as well, because they do hide little shops as you go through so that you can go to them. Now down here is my favourite name of a shop and favourite sort of image. I haven't actually been to it or tried it. It's called the Lazy Panda. Let me show you this absolutely adorable little picture in it. You see the little panda? And what I love is this one on the window. He's just like, I'm done. I just want to have a rest. It's like, when me and my daughter joke around because she's young grasshopper and I'm big panda. So Lazy Panda fits me. So now here, more seating, just to let you know as well. So you can sit down. If you're coming down by bike, bring it here as well. Now, these stores are quite varied. It is good to see that roof being fixed, because the last time I was in Caerphilly, a tile fell off that roof and smashed the windscreen of a car. So it is good to see that that is actually getting sorted. New look is here. Now these are all new, like this Castle Mini Mart, Charcoal Grill, Turkish style barbers, Imperial desserts and candy, if you're not on a diet. Got Smart Money Camry. This is a community bank, so I'm assuming that's like a credit union. Any of the places I mention is just because they're here. I'm not mentioning any because I've experienced them unless I tell you I've experienced them. Now this is new. It's by the stage. This is Moshwoods, and it's actually gravestones. Now all the businesses doing gravestones shut down a few years ago, and it's good to see them. Now there's a lot of work going on. There used to be like a massive indoor store over there. I don't know what they're doing with it now, because that's getting a lot of work. And there used to be a big fancy dress store down there which shut down, but that was awesome fun to go and have a look at all the different costumes. So we've got a load of school kids coming past. I'm trying to avoid filming them as best I can. I know you can film people in public, but I'm trying to be respectful, which is why I came down here at 6 AM this morning. That one is being done up now. That was good, because that's another shop that's being run down. We've got a few vacancies in stores in Caerphilly, but I think it's not an excessive amount, so there's still loads here, whatever you are looking for. This is the King's Arms. Now, when I was back in the day, there was always a sort of loyalty to a pub. So we knew the group that went to the King's Arms, we knew the group that went to the railway, but I didn't. I went somewhere else, and I'll show you that in a minute and explain why I really like that place. I haven't been there for years. So there is a load of works going on in Caerphilly, which luckily they are accessibility. See, that pavement isn't the greatest if you are here in a wheelchair or bringing a buggy on that side. However, I believe this side is wider, so just bear in mind you're still able to get around, and hopefully by the time you come down this road, well, whatever works is happening, this is just like a big lump of concrete, is done. So remember I said about the side streets, you know, there's not much, but there's some things. So see down there's a tattoo shop, and there's a fruit veg shop. It's the same on the other side. It's like each of the side streets has sort of some stuff, but that changes a lot of the time with the different shops. But it is worth, as you come down this road, just nipping into each of the side streets to just see, well, what shops are there and are they worth it. There used to be Greg's, I think. They're refurbishing it. You know me, I always find the Greg's anyway. There's a lot of charity shops in Caerphilly. They are dotted around. So here we have St David's, but there is quite a few if you are somebody who wants to go to a town charity shop kind of thing. So see what I mean as an example. So down there now, you've got Peacocks. It's in the side street. So always make sure that you're looking left and right as you come down. Now this bit down here is brand new. I haven't been in it yet, but it's got lots of different units. So small businesses. So if you're looking and you want to go shopping and you want to go and buy stuff from small businesses, then come and check this out. It's not open at the moment because it's so early. There's lots of different businesses in there. So if you're somebody who likes to look at small businesses, that is the place to go. We still have a lot of the banks here in Caerphilly, which is really handy, especially if you're coming from a location where the bank sadly has been shut down. And I'm about to show you where I used to go. Now, it's not on the main street. So, you've got the main street, and see that tucked in there? It's one of the charms of it. It's the courthouse. Now, with the courthouse, if you go in, when you go into the seating area, there's actually like a mezzanine floor where you can go higher up. And when you're sat there having your drink, it literally faces the castle. So while you are there, you can then actually look over the castle, which is one of the reasons why I love it. And I had a pool table. At the moment, the bakery is cooking, which means it smells delicious, but I'm gluten intolerant, so I've got to be really careful and behave myself, and certainly cannot go anywhere near bread. Now, I told you about we're coming down. It's the Sports Direct Castle. You know now, you're back to that central location as we go through. And when I was up here earlier, as you remember, I mentioned the police were there. I think they've gone now. So you've got bus stops here and further down. So even if you were like, say, right, I want to go down to the castle bit and don't want to do the shops, so I just want to do the shops in the book. Again, get the bus at the bus station and bring yourself down. That, I have no idea about modern art. It's supposed to be like a needle or something, and I think, well, how much money was spent on that? And it's not something, for me, art is something we go, oh, that's talented, that's amazing. You've got Iceland and lots of other stores here, which is what's good, is you need those big stores to actually be able to keep a town going. Although they've got their delivery at the moment. And a super drive. So the shops now continue around here. I'm going to show you can see it coming up in the front, right? I don't know if YouTube will let me actually say what it's called locally, but I'm sure people will know, and they'll be able to put that in the comments. But I think it's supposed to be a feather or something. Me and art, it's like, I like art that is something that you look at and go, oh, that's really good, or things like that. But that, I don't know why. That is a statue, no offence to the person who did it, but you took a lump of concrete and you carved it a little bit. But let me take you over to see Tommy Cooper. Again, now, I don't know if anyone, I was a big fan of Tommy Cooper. To me, he was that jolly bloke and made everyone laugh. And to be honest, the fact that he died doing what he loved. But look at this. I didn't even recognise Tommy Cooper in that when I first saw it. I know the guy who made it said, you know, I've seen him as a wizard, but he wasn't a wizard. You know, he was a jolly guy with a fez. So we got this, and then by here we got the little bunny. Now, this is a car park that you pay for, but if you're somebody who doesn't want to walk or can't walk very far, and you come in by car, the advantage of this car park is you are so central. So you've literally got the castle is there. That is the road that we've come down from the station, and that is where we're going to continue in a moment to the other shops. So it is a real central location that you can have the car being. Now, when you are coming around here, I'm going to try not to fall down these steps a moment. That is the library. The reason I tell you that is because there's toilets in there. And then Cardiff Market. Oh, there we go, the clock tower. It is 8 o'clock, I've been here 2 hours. And the market is here every Saturday. And this area is where like they have a lot of the food festival stalls down on that road, this car park, the Pride and everything. So this is sort of central for that. Those days you can't park here when they use it for that, but there's still parking quite close by. Now what I'm going to do is come across this side, because obviously we know the castle is the other side. And there are not so much shops here, but there's things that you may go to. So you've got the vet, in case your dog gets injured while you're here. And then they've done some different work up there. Again, another building that was actually being like really run down. And they've done a lot of work on. But this is another one of the charity shops. This is why I brought you over. So you're coming across from the castle side now, and we're going to go across that side. That's where there's that charity shop, and there is another place that looks like it's up for... Oh, that's a shame. Hang on. I will show you what I mean now. You see that Brinson sign? I came to show you specifically this unit, and I think it's gone. Now, this coffee shop used to be run by the council. They've decided not to run it anymore, but they've given the contract to someone else. So you can sit there and you can see the castle and things like that as well. It's gone. Oh, that is a shame. So with that, that was... Give me a second. Let's run across the road. It was an autism support place, and it was a charity shop for them as well. That is such a shame. Autistic Minds. And it's such a shame that that is actually gone, because that's where I actually came over here to really highlight for you. So hopefully they've just moved somewhere else rather than vanished. The Caerphilly Municipal Club, I have never been in there. But as I said about the bus stop, now if you see ahead of us, there is a bus stop. So you can literally, at the bottom, this is the dip in the hill, you can get a bus here and it will take you up to the train station. Or you can get a bus from the train station and come over to the other side of the road, so that you manage to get, you can pit stop either way as well, part way down, but it means you don't have to walk all the way. It's a shame this building's empty as well. And then you can see the castle. How cool is that? You just go shopping and there's just a castle all the time. Fabulous ice cream. I don't know how fabulous it is, but it is good to see that being done. Now, this building was owned for the same people for years, and then they've sold it. I'm not so keen on the new decor because I love the old style. Here again is where events will happen. So this sort of covered area, it's not an event when it's a fruit store, but there is a fruit store that comes here. But sometimes you have bands playing, different people and stuff. So Greg's are still open. I'll probably have one of them in a moment when I finish filming this section. And as we go through, this is Castle Court. So if you're trying to get your location, station is one end, Castle Court is the other. You do have a post office here, so if you are here on the tourism trail and you want to send some postcards, you can. You've also got Choose Own Haze Travel if you want to go on another holiday. Then you got two. It's ironic that this is a place where we actually have a number of different holiday shops, because most of them seem to have been going bust a while ago. So as we come through this now, we're going to go to where the park is. Most of this free parking, but there is a limit to the parking here in the Morrison's car park. However, I'm showing you how close it is to the castle, and to be able then to get into town and get up into those other shops as well. So if you are only going to be here for a couple of hours, why pay for parking? You may as well get it free, is the way I look at it. So you've got the British Heart Foundation store down here, but you've also got another charity shop around the corner as well, which is always really useful to have. And you've got a Boots. So this is Morrison's. So this is like as far as we're going to go down to this end of town. 3 hours maximum stay, but you can do a lot in 3 hours. And also, if you end up that you're on holiday or you don't have a washer at home, you've actually got one of these, which is a laundrette, which we never saw really except in the cities, but they're here and it does actually get a lot of use. So you can do 20 kilograms or 9 kilogram washes. It's handy to have as a resource, especially if you're in a hotel or something and you're stuck. So you come through to the car park here. Be very careful because they drive like idiots in this car park. I will give you the heads up. They really do. Drive slowly. But there's a lot of space. Now you've got the space here and you've got a lot of space further back. So see, there's Shaw's Trust. So this is the end then of the Castle Court shop in town. And then you get Morrison's and beyond.